When Russia invaded Ukraine, most of the world thought that they were just going to roll their tanks in and have the whole country in a few days. But as it turns out, the Ukrainian resistance has been so effective that after 2 weeks, the Russians have barely captured any of the cities that they've been attacking. And considering that the Russian army is 8 times the size of Ukraine's, this has been humiliating for Russia, right? It's like Godzilla getting his ass whipped by the Geico gecko. And a major part of Ukraine's resistance has been thanks to Ukrainian women. And I'm not just talking about the Ukrainian women who protected their children while on the run, or helped lead others into bomb shelters, or even gave birth in subway stations while Russian missiles rained down on them. No, I'm talking about all the Ukrainian women who have actively joined the fight itself.
As the fighting in Ukraine continues, thousands of women of all ages, some even without military training, are taking up weapons and heading to the front lines to defend their country.
Hundreds of thousands of Ukrainian women have stayed behind to fight on the front lines.
They are Ukraine's mothers, daughters, teachers, politicians, now on the front lines defending their country under siege. Men are required by martial law to stay back and fight the Russian invasion, but many women are foregoing the chance to leave.
I was helping my husband to pack for a war, like T-shirts, underwear, weapons. And then I thought, okay, he's going to war. I'm going too.
I want to fight also because this is my country, this is my home.
We are the women of Ukraine. We will destroy the enemy on every inch of Ukrainian land. We will shoot you like rabid dogs.
God damn, the women of Ukraine are not around. And how about that woman who went to war to be with her husband? I mean, people, the phrase relationship goals gets thrown around a lot nowadays, but that's next level. Yeah, that's not even in wedding vows. You realize the priest is like, you've got to stay together in sickness and in health, but if Russia invades, you do you. Now, obviously, not every Ukrainian woman is on the front lines, right? But even the women who aren't fighting aren't just waiting at home hoping for the best. No, they're joining the resistance in other ways.
From making protective gear like camouflage nets and bulletproof vests to building homemade weapons, Ukrainian women are mobilizing, no matter how old or how young.
In a volunteer center in Lviv, moms gather supplies for those fighting further east.
We understand we need to hold strong, like a fist, like this.
Since military-aged men can't leave Ukraine, women are acting as couriers. 29-year-old Kristina came to this border crossing with a mission, to pick up and deliver this car to the front.
Women of all ages are now helping to defend the besieged nation, making Molotov cocktails.
How did you learn how to make Molotov cocktails?
Google helped, she tells me.
Okay, that's amazing. That grandmother learned how to make Molotov cocktails from Google? I didn't even know you could do that. I mean, she is going to pay the price now, though. Yeah, because every website she goes to is going to give her ads for Molotov cocktails now. Yeah, and then she's going to be like, I don't need to see these ads. I already made the Molotovs. Oh, it's so annoying. I wish there was a way to tell the ads to stop popping up. You won. Leave me alone. I bought the thing you told me to buy. And by the way, if a grandmother is making Molotov cocktails, those are probably going to be the best tasting cocktails around. Yeah, because I don't know about yours, but my grandmother can make anything taste good. Yeah, Russian soldiers are going to be on fire like, so tasty, But it's not just Ukrainian women fighting against Putin. No, it turns out there are also Russian women fighting against him too.
The chant "No to War" is resounding throughout Russia. In St. Petersburg, this brave old lady stood up to a goon squad of armored police during an anti-war protest. She is said to be a childhood survivor of the Nazi siege of Leningrad during World War II.
Some saying they'd rather risk arrest than live with guilt. I want the whole world to see that we don't want it, this woman says.
One video on social media showed Russian security forces in St. Petersburg roughing up a woman holding a peace sign and a baby.
This woman even burning her Russian passport in an anti-war protest in Germany.
Yeah, it turns out Russian women all over the globe are also standing up against this unjust war. I mean, that granny survived Nazis, and now she's fighting for this. That mother was arrested with her baby attached to her chest. And I'm sorry, people, armored police should not be roughing up a baby. Only an armored police baby is allowed to do that. It's called a fair fight. Now, look, I don't know if Ukraine's or Russia's women will be able to stop Putin, but on this International Women's Day, I think it's worth highlighting how women across two countries are coming together to fight a crazy man's war.